It's day 2, and I made a lot of improvements to the build. And we're blasting. Alright, that's the map clear. I'll very quickly go over the build. Before I go over that, I guess, this is where I'm at with my Atlas right now. Pretty well completed. And then this is my next big item that I'm working towards. It'll be replacing this chest piece, and then all I need is an empower, and then I'll have to recraft a new wand down the road. Another upgrade that I need to make is getting an actual Volnon hit ring, hopefully with like some res and some stats and stuff. That way I can drop this armor without having to allocate points. And then helmet, nothing fancy. Amulet, something fancy. Shield, quite nice. The passive tree gives me avoid ailments from crit strikes, and then like a little bit of block. This is dead, but that combined with the mod on it allows me to completely avoid ailments from crit strikes, but I'm also running Tempest Shield, so I don't have to worry about spell lightning damage critting, so a lot of like the spell stuff doesn't really chunk me too hard anymore. And then boots, still haven't made an upgrade, but I did get fire res and a little bit of life regen on them. Hemophilias, level 21 corrupting fever, and then I have flipped most of my gems, so they're just leveling back up, but I'll get a little bit more damage once everything is maxed out. So yeah, that's the character there. Passives, I do have 50/50 block. This is a really, really affordable way to get spell block into a build. I will be dropping this +1 max res here, and I already know what I'm gonna do. I can swap this mod to the +1 all max res if you have reserved life and mana, and then I'll probably end up reserving level 1 vitality on my life bar. And then ideally I get a cluster jewel, hopefully with like int as an affix on it, so I can help alleviate some of my intelligence requirements, or get a ring with int on it. And then I would be dropping these nodes here, and then the minion damage wheel, crafting a different wand without minion damage on it and instead just spell damage, and then socketing in a cluster jewel over here. And then to do that, I may also have to drop like one of these 1-point jewel sockets. And then another thing that can potentially be done is the removal of the aura efficiency here. If I drop vitality altogether and get an aura reservation helm, then I don't even need to use these points. The increased effect of non-damaging curse, effective non-curse auras from your skills, that does actually like boost my DPS quite a bit. Another option is, I think if I get a 3 passive reservation cluster with efficiency as a mod on it, I can drop this as well, so it's a 3-point exchange, but I would actually gain or reservation efficiency, I'm pretty sure. Where's my clusters? Here we go. Yeah, so 6% mana reservation efficiency, so it is technically more aura reservation. And I believe if I get enough, and this is even more finicky, and taking Seasoned Swordplay here, which, yeah, this node and that node combined is 60%. I believe I can get the other, where is it? Stance? Yes, this one, Flesh and Stone. I might be able to squeeze that in. I could. This is an alternative for people that don't want to play with Tempest Shield. You can run Flesh and Stone in this build. It would just be a 1-to-1 swap, and down the road potentially link it to Maim with like the Aura Reservation efficiency cluster. You probably could link it to Maim. I don't know what, you would probably have to drop like faster attacks down here on your shield charge, and then just run Enduring Cry, link to it, put War Banner down here as a 1 link, and then just slot it in. But you could do that to get more damage. So there's a lot of things to consider. And then for bosses, I'm just putting Frenzy in here, so Frenzy plus GMP and Life Tap, and then using Frenzy on bosses. So far it's worked really, really well. I've done all of my own boss encounters. I'm level 94. So everything's been going pretty smooth. I do die a lot though, because I haven't played this game in a very long time, and I like to throw myself at new content, so I've been like fully maxing out like juice on that stuff. I've been running Delve, Harvest, Exped. So I've just been spamming fairly rippy content from most builds. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I have no idea where I'm gonna go from here. I do know that I need a 6-link this, replace the ring at a bare minimum, and that should get me sorted for DPS as long as I can also find an Empower. So like those three things lining up together will almost like probably around like a 20-ish% DPS increase. It kind of depends on the level of the Empower, but it'll be big. Really, really, really big. And then a Fizz Cluster Jewel. But I kind of want to just get more levels and worry about Fizz Cluster Jewel later, because levels mean skill point passives. So yeah. Maybe down the road I'll end up dropping the Tempest Shield memes, but so far I really, really like it. It helps stack corrupting blood on the enemies, like a boss and whatnot. So like let's say you're running around a little bit and they're still hitting you, like I think it's Veritania. Yeah. Like her, like you can't run away from every single little individual projectile, but it'll usually end up proccing and maintaining corrupting fever. So my damage is basically like quadrupled since yesterday, and the general clear and viability of the build feels on par to what I would want out of just an average endgame mapper. I don't think this build excels at anything, and I don't think it fails at anything. Yeah. I just think it's a solid like League start mapper, and it's the first time I've played this build, so I've been having fun figuring it out and getting back into the grind of PoE. So yeah, see you in the next one.